If you're dealing with a toxic boss right now, this message is for you. It's time to put yourself first and make your well being at work a priority. Hi, I'm Harlow Reed, and this is your Sunday inspiration. As you get ready for the week ahead, I wanted to share some insight and perspective from what I've seen over the years in both human resources and employment law. Something to ground you, guide you, and help you navigate whatever comes your way this week. And today I want to talk about something a lot of people struggle with, but rarely say out loud, and that is dealing with toxic bosses. And I'm not talking about intelligence here, I'm talking about wisdom. The kind that comes from your natural instincts, that inner voice you've had all along, the one that can see through smoke and mirrors, if you let it. The truth is, many of us will spend years, even our entire careers, getting burned by manipulative people in leadership. We try to be kind, we try to stay professional, and we assume others have the same values. But here's what I need you to hear. Stop projecting your good character onto other people. Not everyone operates with integrity. Not everyone is genuine. And part of the reason so many of us miss the red flags is simple. We show up to work expecting to do a good job, not to navigate psychological games or emotional manipulation. We assume we're all on the same team. But in some workplaces, you're walking into a battlefield and you don't even realize it. Here's a shift in mindset that can protect you. Assume everyone has an agenda until they show you otherwise. And that doesn't mean you need to be cynical. It means you need to be aware. Because the truth is, snakes lie in the grass. And genuine people, they often move in ways that make them more visible and vulnerable to those who don't have good intentions. So be less transparent. That doesn't mean lie or play games. It means you don't owe everyone access to your thoughts, to your plans, to your emotional state, to your life. Learn to keep your mouth closed when necessary, especially in toxic environments. And most importantly, learn to set boundaries. Boundaries are how you protect your peace. They're how you maintain your self-respect. And when you don't have them, you give people power over you. You can set boundaries professionally. You can do it with grace, but you have to draw the line because manipulative people, they will cross it if you don't. If you need an example of just how harmful this can be, let me tell you a story about a woman named Susan Baldwin. I actually covered her story in a video called She Had 5 Pages of Evidence, but It Wasn't Enough. Susan was a young, ambitious sales employee at Blue Cross. She had potential, she had drive, and she had a very strong work ethic and high character, high values. But she also had a manager named Scott Head who was controlling, abusive, manipulative. She didn't know how to handle someone like that. She didn't yet have the experiences necessary to know which way to move when you're dealing with someone who knows how to do things and get away with it because they're flying right below the radar. So she tolerated it. She thought she could handle it. And she tried to rise above it, to rise above the circumstances that she didn't create, but unfortunately, she was confronted with. She stayed quiet, hoping it would get better, but it didn't. And eventually, Susan reached her breaking point the same way any person would when they're put in a hot pressure situation over and over again. It became too much, and she walked off the job. She had 5 pages of documentation and she filed a lawsuit. She stood up for herself. But even with all of that, the emotional toll that it took on her, it was devastating. The baggage, the mental health, the impact of these things go far beyond what we see. The pain of having to prove what she knew all along and sitting there, having to endure this person's perspective that she knew was a facade that others were easily willing to buy into. It's just not worth it. You shouldn't have to hit rock bottom to realize someone is mistreating you. You don't need 5 pages of evidence to be heard. So let this be your reminder. Trust your instincts. Pay attention to patterns. Don't wait to protect your peace. You are not powerless even when it feels like it, and you are not alone. Many people are going through this exact same experience all over the world in different workspaces. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel because I do post content every week to help you navigate workplace challenges and protect your peace. And if you've ever dealt with a toxic boss or you're dealing with one right now, feel free to share your story in the comments because you never know who you might help by speaking up. Thanks for watching.